But you know that government job is covered only less than 5% in the whole employment of Bangladesh.
Right.
So 95% is totally depend on small
Non-government,
business and non-government
private
jobs.
corporation.
In the non-government job, you have to appear your interview in English.
Hello, dear viewers. Welcome back to another podcast. My name is Mediason Shobon, Senior Faculty of Talent Hut Language Institute, and with me, like always, I have Shakhawat sir to join today's podcast. And in this podcast, we're going to be discussing about challenges that language learners face in our country, specifically in Bangladesh. So I want to start by a very important question to you, sir, is that how academic English affects people's learning of English language.
Okay, most of the cases we receive the language learners. They complete their SSC and HSC or sometimes diploma. Yes, at present days we are also getting some students who are in primary school and high school. But most of the cases we get the students after SSC or after HSC. So what we get after completion this 10 years, like from class 1 to 10, including if I want to add more 2 years, like 1 to 12.
Yeah.
So they have a specific English learning pattern. They always follow the GTM method, like the grammatical translation method, and through this method they try to learn the grammar and try to learn the vocabulary and try to learn the essays. So yes, they have a good competency in understanding the grammar. If I wanna compare with the English language, you know that English language is not confined to the grammar only.
Right.
So it is the practical application of grammar which can be learned from the listening, which can be learned from the reading. So if they don't have that listening and the reading habit, then there is no practical use of grammar in
Right.
in the English language. So the problem that we face when a student complete their SSC or HSC, so we saw that they are not used to with speaking, they are not used to with listening, even they are not used to with writing as well. So I think that this is the big challenge for the students to learn the new language because they have learned the language in their school life, but not in a language pattern. They have learned the language through only the facts and the or academic text,
Right.
right, or theory based
Yes.
learning. And in this theory based learning, they have just gathered knowledge, but unfortunately they can't use the knowledge.
Yeah, they don't have the ability to apply
Yes.
the knowledge.
Even our
And-
school teachers are not speaking in English inside the
Right,
class.
right.
In particular, if I
Right.
want to talk about the English,
Yeah.
like English teachers. So this create a big barrier for the students
Right.
to learn the language in a new pattern.
Yes, and I think, sir, what happens in school and college, they get English as a subject rather than getting it as a language. So when you get this as a subject, there's a different mindset. You just want to pass in the exam, then get a good result. They have got A plus in their school, but when they come to an institute like this, they don't have the ability to express themselves or express their feelings in English.
Right.
So this is one thing. Sir, I want to know about the mindsets, meaning that when a student completes their SSC or HSC, when they comes to an institute to learn English as a language, what mindset they need to shift to get into the position of learning English as a language?
Thank you very much. You have just picked a wonderful point. Mindset shift is really very important. You know, when we study English in our school and or college or university, we have a specific goal to get good score or good result in our academic exams.
Right.
On the other hand, if we wanna improve our language skill, so our target, like we should speak English fluently, and we should have the good competency in using the English language both in listening and speaking, sometimes in pronunciation. So we need to shift our mindset from academic mindset to language mindset. When we shift this from academic to language, in that time, our mindset will determine what will be the exact way that we will go through and what path will we follow. So this is the main thing. Basically, that's why mindset is important. So
Yeah.
language learning mindset and academic English mindset are not same.
Yeah.
They have differences.
Okay. So one other question that I would really like to ask is that there is a gap in academic English and language learning English. So some people have tried to solve that problem, like Talented. It's been here for more than 15 years. We're trying to solve this problem. So when a problem arises, opportunities take opportunity. So you want to suggest us as a student who are looking for somewhere to go to learn English as a language, what can we see in an institute or in a teacher so that we can be confirmed that our lackings or our problems are not being benefited by others?
Okay, firstly, if we enter any institution for language learning, we need to observe as a learner whether this institution is practicing English themselves or not.
Right.
Even we can also talk with the teachers for 1 to 2 minutes in English, so that the teacher will assess me. I can also assess teacher. Whether
Right.
he is able to or she is able to speak English with me or not.
Or not, yes.
Because if we do the same thing like in our academic school life or college life, we know that our teachers can't speak in English.
Right.
But if we get the same types of teacher in the institution,
Right.
then the result will be same.
Yeah.
Right.
Right.
So that's why I think that we should assess the teacher, we should assess the institution, also we should assess the feedback. The feedback of the students, if they have any interview, or the that we also cover a lot of interviews,
Right.
take exams of the students, and we see that we give them a score, and that is we publish on our Facebook and YouTube,
Right.
so that the student can get the idea. Yes, in real life, we as an institution, we really practice English.
Okay, so from that perspective, from that answers of yours, I want to know, as you mentioned that student can judge their institute or their teachers who they're getting taught by. One thing comes in my mind is teachers training. So can you tell us how much is it important for a teacher to get trained so that he can solve other students' problem?
A teacher needs two things when a teacher joined in any institution. If the teacher is very newbie teacher, very new, the teacher needs basically the teacher's training, and the teacher training can be either in two ways. Either it can be like the formal training, a certification like TESOL, TEFL, CELTA, or informal training. The institution will give the training in house.
Yeah.
It's two ways training. And another way is if the teacher is experienced, the teacher doesn't need training. Teacher needs grooming.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
So if the teacher is experienced, he just need to know the culture of that particular institution, and the syllabus and the course curriculum and the students' mindset for that specific institution. Then he need to groom, or she needs to groom. And if he or she can synchronize him or herself with the new system, new culture, new institution, then it's okay for him.
Okay. So teachers training is very important,
Very
and
important.
for experienced teachers, they need grooming.
Whether it can be name of the training or it can be name of the grooming.
Okay.
But teachers training is important.
Okay, very important. And it is also important to stay updated
Yes, right.
with culture, with technologies, and with everything.
You can
Because
see that when in our Bangla language, if you just compare with the language of 1960, the language of 1970, and language of 2000, so you will see a big difference.
right,
So language is updating day by day.
Yeah.
Every day new words are coming,
yeah,
and many vague words are going away,
Right.
fading away.
yes,
So our teacher should be updated, and teachers can update himself by getting the training.
okay. Okay, and one more question I want to ask is that from academic English to a language institute, there is a barrier. So, because of this barrier, we have the opportunity to give our service to others. And I imagine a world where this barrier doesn't exist. I imagine a world where a student, when they complete their SSC or HSC, they learn English as a language and they can speak very well. So, how can this be possible, sir?
This is also again the word that you have mentioned at the very earlier of this podcast today. This mindset. So first of all, we need to change the mindset of our academician,
Okay.
and we also need to change the mindset of our government. We need to change the mindset of the like administrative government administrators, because you know that the education is related, directly related with those kind of
Yeah.
stakeholders.
Yeah.
So because a student doesn't have anything to do with this.
They just want to get a good
should be,
mark.
all should be done from the education ministry to primary school teachers.
Okay.
So if they think that we will treat English as a language, not as a subject to pass, like there will be no final exam of English subject. That will be the continuous exam. Like
Yeah.
every class will be the exam. There will be a continuous assessing process or assessment process. Okay, if there is a continuous assessment process through speaking, through listening, and if the teacher practice English at school, because you know that subject English is like you should have a knowledge of preposition, tense, voice,
Yeah.
and that can be helpful only to get the government job.
Yeah.
In non-government job, there is no such question is asked. But you know that government job is covered only less than 5% in the whole employment of Bangladesh.
Right.
So 95% is totally depend on small
Non-government.
business
Yeah.
and non-government
Private
jobs.
corporation.
In the non-government job, you have to appear your interview in English. But unfortunately, in our school and college, we are treating English as a subject only aim to improve that 4.5% or 5% job.
Right.
This is the big difference. So education minister to primary school teacher, everyone should take a step on this. And also primary school teachers, and because you know that they cannot do anything with their own authority. If the government permit, they can learn English as a language.
Okay, thank you, sir, for sharing your information with us. Thank you for advising on so many things. And I hope one day our country will achieve a place in the world where we don't have to face this kind of barriers anymore. And thank you, dear listener and audience, for being with us. Thank you for being so patient, and hope to see you next time. Thank you.